Okay, welcome to CK Physics. The topic is heat transfer. And for you to remember, there are three modes of heat transfer. There is conduction, convection, and radiation. In conduction, you expect energy to be given to atoms and molecules which vibrate quickly and transfer energy. But in addition to that, we also have electrons which carry the energy as they drift across from regions of high temperature to regions of low temperature. That is number one, conduction. It happens in solids and liquids, certain liquids, for example, mercury. The other method, radiation, is very useful in transferring energy through vacuums. For example, from the sun to the earth, there is a huge expanse of space which is empty space, which is a vacuum, and the only way energy is carried there is through infrared waves. That is radiation. Every time you think of heat energy going through a vacuum, it is through radiation only. The main topic or the main mode of heat transfer that we'd like to look at here is convection, which happens in liquids and gases. And what I have here is a convection tube, and I have with me here a source of heat, and I'm going to have some potassium permanganate, which I'll put in just to help us notice how the liquid transfers energy when it's heated at one point. So here we are, just a little potassium permanganate, and I will then supply heat from my burner. Here we are. What I'd like you to observe is any sort of motion of the liquid, which will be evident by the movement of the potassium permanganate or the colored liquid of potassium permanganate. What you notice is the permanganate is actually drifting from one end to the other, which basically is due to the movement of the liquid itself. When we heat up the liquid at that point, what we're doing is the liquid will expand. When it expands, it becomes less dense, it rises. And cooler liquid, which was up there, will then come down to replace it. So that process of convection currents transfers heat from one point at that level. When it expands, it transfers it up, and of course cooler liquid must come in because it is denser and therefore must descend to replace it. The point being that every time there is heat transfer by convection, there has to be heating of a substance, a liquid or a gas, expand, become less dense, and rise. Then denser, cooler liquid will come down to replace it. These are the kind of devices they use in mines. When you think about regulation of temperature in mines, they often drill a hole, and the hot gas from inside the mine will bring up the heat, and cooler gas will go down to the mine to regulate the temperature. I hope that gives you a good idea about heat transfer by convection. Thank you.